Good evening out there. I hope you're all doing well. It's nice to see you. I'm streaming again. Isn't that nice? If you're about, do drop in and say hello. It's nice to see you. It's Gary from Big Spud here. I hope you know that and you haven't just tuned into a random stream. But if you have just tuned into a random stream, also hello. I hope you have a good time. That was very James Hoffman, wasn't it? So what have we got on the menu today? Chucky Bloodstorm. Hello, Chucky Bloodstorm. I'm sorry, I'm too far away from my PC to see the emoji. You're from Mrs. H's crew, aren't you? Good to see you. What are we cooking today? We are cooking something from Marco Pierre White's White Heat. It's you waving at me. Hello. Thank you for saying hello. So I've been working my way through White Heat. And I've knocked off all the ones I want to do easily, and I'm sort of getting towards ones I'm sort of putting off, if I want to be honest with you. If you don't know Marco Pierre White's White Heat, he wrote it in 1990 when he was like the hottest chef in the world, in many senses of the word. The youngest chef to win 3 Michelin stars, the rude boy, the punk of the London restaurant scene. He was the one everyone was talking about. This book is packed, this is the 25th anniversary edition, it's packed with other people's praise of him and how amazing he is, that sort of thing. And it's very restauranty, but it's 1990. If you pick up a restaurant book from the last 10 years, Thomas Keller's French Laundry, for example, or Heston Blumenthal's Fat Duck, it's very difficult stuff, really difficult stuff. Little in here is super challenging, but it is fussy and busy. You've never heard of him, Chucky. There's a lot of Marco Pierre White content on my channel. So thank you for coming along and learning something new. There he is, there's the man himself. Let me put up a little close-up for you. Rah! This book is ridiculous, actually. It's full of very moody, posy type of... Chuck that over there. Moody, posy type of photography. I've shown some of this off before. Look at the posy boys. Whoa. Whoa, angry posy boys. Master of Splits wants to ask a question, but whether you get an answer is another question. Well, you will never know till you try. Let me find my favourite pictures in here. I won't show that one, that'll get me kicked off YouTube. This is a good one, I think really angry man. Rah, angry man. Marco Pierre White said that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Spot on, you got me. Well done, you got me. I wasn't in the zone, I totally missed that. But what are we actually doing today? Well, there's a recipe in here that's been bugging me, and Gordon Ramsay worked under Marco, yes, at this time. There's pictures of him in the book, in the background. There's a recipe that stared at me from the pages for a little while, and it involves a game bird called woodcock. I'm definitely never eaten woodcock. And it's very hard to get hold of. Marco even says in his intro, 35 years ago, it's hard to shoot. So it's hard to shoot then. I live in a county that's very good for game, and I've been sort of trolling around all the butchers and various places trying to get woodcock, been on short lists and notify lists. I've never been able to get any. So I have to jump into this woodcock recipe and not do woodcock. I have got some other game. That's right, he owned Harvey's. I've got some pheasant breasts instead, which is nothing like what the recipe intends. If you're at all... I'm debating whether even to show you this picture properly, because if you're a bit squeamish, I'm not going to bring it up close to the camera, I don't think, in case you're squeamish. It just depicts the bird on the dish, plated, but the head is cleft in twain, which is part of the dish that you're supposed to have. I can't get that, it's been too difficult. Maybe I could have used pigeon or Pheasant, but I'm just not going to go there. So, what I am intrigued by is the way it's served. It's served by various bits and bobs. It's got garnish in there of lentils. I am going to shortcut that slightly with packet lentils, which I think are just as good. And the sauce is really interesting. Now, what you commonly get with game food is a very, heavy sauce, but cut with chocolate, and that's exactly what this is. This has got some chocolate in it, so I'm interested in that. People who were around last week, oh, just nudge that, will know that I did this last week, grenadine of veal, so I'm doing this on the opposite page this week. The gives them very boring 90s names, these dishes. Woodcock, lentilles du pays with a red wine sauce. In other words, bird and lentils. I'm also going to add a potato garnish. Well, you may ask, Master of Splits, there's the Norse stock pot. It's right there. It's almost called for in the recipe. It says you need some red wine stock. So why not use a red wine stock pot? Absolutely, I think the man himself would approve. Yeah, so I'm going to add a potato dish to this. Again, in a Marco style, I'm going to add a pomme, which is finely sliced potatoes, gently fried. I'm going to get that on because that ticks away for like 25 minutes. So let's pop that to one side and we'll make a start on that. Right, now I've got the intro-y bit out of the way. How are we all doing? What I always like to know is, what are you eating today? What have you eaten? What are you planning on eating? What's for dinner? And, despite the fact I'm doing some Ponzi Michelin dish, I absolutely don't mind if you want to tell me it's pot noodle dinner tonight. If it's, I'm going to Pizza Hut, I'm going to the local kebab house. I love all these things. No judgment here. I certainly don't eat this every single day. What have we put there? Hubby is making homemade kebabs. I had kebabs last night. What kebabs are we talking about? Are we talking about chicken, lamb, pork, beef, vegetarian? What's going on in there, Chucky? Just peeling the potato. Going to very, 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 very thinly slice it. Just using the boxy bit. Why is my thing jabbering at me? Don't know, rubbish. Use this side. The bit of the grater you never use, that side. Making mix of pork and lamb. How does he make them? I recently published a video on my take on those doner kebab styles. I know they've been a bit viral lately. And I pointed out they've been doing the rounds for like 10 years. There's the technique where you roll them up in baking paper. Well, if you don't roll them up and leave them flat, you can cook them much quicker. Right, this is the bit where you get to watch an accident live on stream if I don't pay attention to the end of this block. Whoa. Show me everything there. You have no idea. He's rolled them in baking paper. Yeah, that's the sort of, it's very viral at the moment, that recipe, which is totally fine. It's not a problem. It's just doing the rounds on your TikToks and your Reels and what have you. He was very handsome when he was young. Yeah, he's kind of a bit mouldy now. Bless him. It's completely changed. So I've just got a small amount of potato there because it's just for me. What size pan should we do? A slightly smaller pan, I think. This piece of crap, I think. Yeah, that's going to be good. Just a small pan. I'm going to make the majority of this behind me. Mouldy. Simply because it's going to tick away for ages. I'm probably going to burn it and forget they exist. But yeah, I'm going to put those there. First though, I'm just going to dry off those potatoes. I just want a tea towel. Use a bit of kitchen roll. I'm going to use a tea towel. Dishcloth, whatever you prefer. Just take the excess moisture off. Very gentle heat. What's going on here? Okay. Guys, if you're over on YouTube, and you're perfectly welcome to lurk, I'm not demanding that you pipe up, but I'm seeing quite a few views on YouTube, and it's unusual not to hear from someone in YouTube. Can someone pop something in chat, even just hi? You can then retreat back to the shadows, I don't mind. I'm just checking that everything's working, because it's showing a bunch of people but no one there. It's a bit weird. Can I do that? Do that? No? Okay, all right. As I say, no shade, you can stay in the dark, it's no problem. I'm just surprised. So there's about a single layer of that. Little oil and butter. Hello, McNanners, you just found the stream. I love you. I love you too. Thank you very much. Oh, Chucky over on YouTube. Crash over on YouTube. Thank you, guys. That's all it was. I was just going a bit mad because it's showing viewers ticking up and up. And genuinely, usually, people on YouTube pop in and say hi. So I was just surprised there was no one there. I didn't know if there was something wrong. There's so many settings when you're going live. And I fiddle about like no one's business. And I just thought, oh, maybe I've turned off, I've turned off the comments or something. Here we go. That's too hot. You can just hear it sizzling like mad, and I just want it to go tick, 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 tick. Anyway, thank you very much for all popping in and saying hello. That one less thing for me to worry about. Just layering them a bit hodgepodge. As I said, I'm not going to bother putting those on camera yet because they're just going to sit there and tick away. And I've got other stuff to be doing. It's just a single layer. Traditionally, a pomme has quite a few nested layers. You prefer Twitch, Chucky? I prefer Twitch for chatting as well. It's just got more stuff going on. Admittedly, I haven't set up loads and loads of it, but there's just more cool things you can do, isn't there, on Twitch for chat, as you well know. Let's just give them a quick season. Who's that just popped in? Marco Martinez from LA. Well, hello. That's a hell of a time difference. We must be coming up to lunchtime where you are, 11 AM, something like that? Yes, love the Elden Ring. I've got a couple of these, a couple of different designs. Have I ever seen Hell's Kitchen UK? Yes. Oh, it's disconnected. That's not a good sign, is it? Never mind. Right, what we're going to get on with first. I'm going to make the sauce, I think, because I can make that and just leave that and then finish everything else. Yes, I've seen Hell's Kitchen UK. Again, I've used sporadic clips from it in my videos over the time. He's scary. I think for the vast majority of the public, Hell's Kitchen is where they found out about Marco. People who were into their food and the restaurant scene in the 90s, which wasn't as big a crowd as it is now, knew about him. But it was when he got this mainstream primetime ITV show that made him. I don't think he came across particularly well in many of those scenes. He wasn't very nice to the guy from Blue, I don't think. Okay, you know, you see glimmers of it occasionally. Bit weird complimenting Margaret Thatcher, but, you know, he's a certain age at a certain time. But strange for a guy from Yorkshire to praise Margaret Thatcher, but never mind. Modib, haven't seen you in a little while. Good to see you. I know you use Maldon salt. You use Sarah salt, and you've tried to spell it 3 or 4 times. No, this is Maldon salt in here. Get a good angle. It's salt, trust me. Yeah, I always use Maldon. Oh, it's not Saxa salt actually. It's just Sainsbury's own. However, this has been refilled like 20 times, so I should probably get a new one. No, I just refill it with a bag of salt from Tesco. So this is just like seasoning salt water, seasoning pasta water, seasoning vegetables, actual finishing salt, Maldon I use when you actually want to, you know, bite into it and taste it at the end. So I got what you want in the end. You can do pomme in a little muffin tin, yes. I quite like what you get with fried. So what I'm doing here, just doing a small dice of onion, carrot and celery. That's going to be run through the sauce. It's also going to run through the base of my lentils. So I'm going to do a little of both. I'm only cooking for me, so I only need to make a single portion. Don't know what I'm going to do with the other 2 pheasant breasts. Yeah, Modi, but I absolutely love Maldon salt. I probably tell this on stream every single time, but I used to work right on the back of the Maldon salt factory, which is only a little way up from where I live in Essex. Wonderful product, always has been. Right, carrot. But it's not worth using in something that you're just going to dissolve, e.g. sprinkling over some potatoes while they cook, or putting in your pasta water where you want to chuck quite a bit in, right? I've also got another one up here. What have I got up here? Oh yeah, this one. I don't use a lot of it. I keep forgetting it exists. Maldon Himalayan pink salt. Beautiful. I'm sure you've all seen it before. Beautiful little granules of different types of apparently Himalayan pink salt. They certainly don't come from the Blackwater in Essex. Great texture. Lovely. Okay. How's that? Not bad. Okay. Is that what you've got in your house, Chucky? Oh, that was a terrible bit of chopping there. I've lost concentration while I was mid-chop, and now I've ended up with not great dice. Because I was busy talking. Yeah. I mean, it's a silly little stupid game I play with myself, but I love playing Spot the Maldon Salt, because what's crazy to me is this salt that comes from my county, probably the biggest culinary export Essex has, is in like every kitchen in the world, no matter if you watch American cooking programs, if you watch Australian cooking programs, there's Maldon salt there. It's that distinctive pyramid shape. Get my chopping done, it could be a bit more chatty. Okay, celery. Get some of this crap out the way. There we go. He looks all right. Snip the end off. Same there. Anyway, I hope your Wednesday, I had to think about what day it was, is treating you well. Those of you in the UK, of course, we are hurtling towards a bank holiday weekend, which is always a great thing. We've got any projects coming up? Kosher salt, yes, yes, yes. Oh, hello, Matt. Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Finishing flaky salt. Yeah, but you will find Maldon salt in your bigger supermarkets. I bet your old Trader Joe's carries it. You went a bit French there. You're going on theme with the food. Right, let's just mix that up a bit. I think I'm going to get a pot to put that in. Put it to one side. Bum, 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 bum. You've heard you remove the fibres from celery. Is it necessary? I think, or so, a couple of schools of thought. If you hate it, remove it. You know, break it up and it will just peel straight out. You can do that. I think if you're going to eat it as a vegetable, I would do that. I think with such a dice, it's really not going to make a difference. I don't think so. Odib, you went on a butchery course and you tried roast pork with 2 different types of salt. Interesting. I don't usually mix the salts in when it comes to finishing. Interesting. Hello Phil, nice to see you. What makes the salt kosher? Well, we can all make jokes here, can't we? I will add, for people outside of the US, the phrase kosher salt is very strange to us. It's not one we have. What's on the menu? Yes. We are making, I've got to adapt a Marco Pierre White woodcock recipe, because woodcock is impossible to find. So instead of doing woodcock, I'm doing pheasant. I have to keep looking at the packet, which is over there, because I can never remember whether it's pheasant or partridge that I picked up. So it's just gonna, it's actually gonna be quite simple, but it's gonna be a sauce and some lentils, and I've got some potatoes going on behind me. I'm just gonna move that for a minute. Over there. I'll bring over pan. Let's check. I've got a great view of that, have you? Might have to shuffle everything around to actually see what's going on. Let's hope that doesn't turn everything off when I run that over the keyboard. Oh, I'm jealous of those YouTubers that have garden studios and, you know, dedicated apartments where they can do this kind of thing. Right. That button, that button. I make it very gentle, and I'm just going to sweat off the half of my help me chat, what's the word for it? What's that called when you cut up a load of veg ready for the base of a sauce? And it's on the tip of my tongue. What's it called? It's ruined the stream for me now. I can't remember what it's called. I think that's ready to turn. Mirepoix, thank you, Crash Bandicoot and Marco. Just couldn't remember. So there we are at the halfway stage for the potatoes anyway. It's not going to be very neat, but it's going to go on the bottom of everything else, so it'll be all right. Mirepoix was the word I was looking for. Thank you very much. I knew I could rely on my super knowledgeable chat to tell me. Right, we've just melted some butter. Super, super exciting. Put in roughly half of my Mirepoix. Thank you for that word. So Matt, thank you for watching the video. You like the steak one? Steak one I published earlier this week. Taking a cheap steak and upgrading it. Using Marco's techniques. Marco definitely wouldn't have used a steak press, not his style at all. The less equipment, the better, as far as he's concerned. I'm going to sweat this until soft, but not coloured. Whatever you say, Marco, whatever you say. McManus in with a bullet. What's my favourite movie? I'm very wary of saying favourite, you know, because it's a broad church, like a lot of different things. A lot of things are related to my age, which you can deduce from the things I'm going to say, but always mentioned near the top of those are The Empire Strikes Back. I love the original trilogy, but Star Wars Empire Strikes Back is just perfect. I watched it again only this week, had it on in the background while I was doing other things. Just great, love it. I really like the Blues Brothers. Always been a fan of that since I was a kid. Great film. The sequel, not so much. I like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. excellent series of films. What else can we chuck in there? I love The Prestige. That's an absolutely superb film. Yeah, there's loads in there, but you know, I don't have particularly unusual tastes when it comes to films, though I have watched a lot of films. How's Keir Starmer doing? Personally, I don't know. I don't really want to get into politics here. Splitsy, I'm going to call you, just for fun. Because it's just a drag. It's a drag on everyone's country right now. Just going to open the door because it's getting a bit steamy in here. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that subject to one side. Excellent list, big fan of that. I nearly thought you wrote The Exorcist, which I would also put in the top of one of my favourite films. Love The Exorcist. So good, so good. So we just softened that up now. Some dodgy bits of onion in there. I think you'll find that's 2 fried chickens, McNannas, sorry. The tall one wants. She's quoting Blues Brothers there. Sorry, what did I say she? I don't know where that came from. I've completely gendered you. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I thought that. They are quoted the Blues Brothers there. 1,000 apologies. Completely unintentional. Right, we're supposed to have had a woodcock carcass in here. Exorcist 3 was the best. No, it wasn't. And you know it wasn't. It's mad. And I have seen it. Right, we are now going to deglaze the contents of the pan with red wine vinegar. About 40 ml. Okay. Might need to just turn it up a touch. Get some simmering and bubbling. So we're not going to have that depth. Oh, my door's going to slam. Yeah, so I was just saying, we're not going to have that depth because we haven't incorporated any, well, for want of a better word, bird carcass in it. So we might be missing a savoury element, which I might need to put back with, say, soy sauce or Worcester sauce. We will find out when it comes to tasting. I do need to deglaze it with something else in a moment. Now, Mr. Marco calls for cognac. I don't have cognac. I'm certainly not going to get some in just for this. What did I decide I was going to use? Oh yeah. Come here. I've got some port, which is not the same thing as cognac at all, but it's a flavour I like. So we're going to chuck some port in once this red wine vinegar has basically disappeared. Get you in there so you can see what's going on. It's steamy. Just wait for that to correct itself. Turn it that way, that way, that way. There we go. Lovely. You can sort of see what's going on. This was a Christmas present. I've just remembered it. It sat in the cupboard. You know what these little bottles are like. Just sat in the cupboard, waiting for its time. Oh, and I'm going to need to put the kettle on, so let's do that. Those of you that haven't answered me yet, perhaps you joined just after I said it. What are we cooking today? What are we eating, more importantly? Have we got a takeaway on the go? Are you doing a full roast dinner? Are you just having a sandwich? Can you not be bothered and you're having a bowl of noodles? I don't mind, I'm just interested. What are we eating? Okay, that's almost liquidless now. A tablespoon of cognac. It's not a lot of booze for Marco. One of the last things that we're going to add to this No worries, Matt. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you. The VOD will be there. You can catch up with what you missed when you wake up. Have a good sleep, mate. Just going to add a tiny amount of dark chocolate to the end of this sauce. Just a tiny amount. When it's finished, or sort of when it's ready. Get rid of that cognac. While we're waiting for that, I am going to use the rest of my mirepoix. Thank you, chat. And that will become the base of my lentils in a moment. Okay, not exactly dry there, but just adding the red wine stock pot, if you missed that earlier. Yes, we're using a stock pot. Marco does actually call for red wine stock. Well, surely he would appreciate me using a red wine nor stock pot. And if you like stock pots, keep an eye out for next week's video, which is all about stock pots. Nearly finished editing that now. Very, very good. So that's just going to simmer away now. Do we need to bring that up a little bit? Yeah, I think we need to bring that up. Get it to a nice boil. I'm really inexperienced with induction, but I'm constantly amazed how quickly it works. Maybe when this thing dies, maybe I'll replace it with induction. I don't know. I don't know. Should I? Should I replace it with induction? What are chat's thoughts? Gas? Induction? These are the only real two choices anymore, aren't they? I'm not going to need red wine anymore. Just put that away. Give that a little stir. Lovely, lovely. We're just doing the same thing that we did for the sauce over there. We're just going to sweat them gently. Nothing to see. Just sweating some veg. Gas man, gas man, gas man. McNanners, you are a gas man. Until the day I die. I've always been gas, right? The amount of people switching to induction though, like smart cooking chef people, go, make me think about it. Sometimes, you know, when I go on holiday and I stay in like a cottage or something, they've got an induction, and I think, they're a bit, they take a bit of getting used to, but I think they might have the edge eventually. Marco says, big fan of Lee. I think there's that Lee Cum Key. I have never used their stock. I've usually got some of their ingredients knocking about, e.g. sesame oil. And I've often got, have I got their soy sauce? Yeah, and their soy sauces, I've got Lee Cum Keys. I think they're very good value and very good flavour. That's good. Crash Bandicoot, mate, 3, 3, 1, 2. So stock pots are great. I've known plenty of chefs that use them. Beat simming bones, the humble oxo cube. Hey, again, I say this in my video coming up next week. Knorr, oxo, you know, staples in my kitchen. Definitely. Something's just broken. Let's see if I can fix it. If not, I'm not going to bother about it. Oh, I need to do that down there. No. Let's try again. Sorry if you're chatting, I'll be with you in a sec. I'm just trying to get my little device to work. It's not the end of the world, it just makes life, yeah, makes life slightly easier for me. There we go. That's the one, yes, yeah, good brand, good brand. Very affordable, very good quality, I think. I'm going to shut the door again. Weather's all over the place today. Right, what was I going to do next? Oh yes, so that stuff is simmering over there, and I'm just going to add a pack of ready cooked lentils, just that extra veg. There is a recipe for lentil de paix, but I am keeping it simple today, just using a packet of lentils. Stirring the vegetables through that. Add a pinch of salt. Let's put some pepper over there as well. Just going to stir that through. Right, I reckon the sauce won't be far off done now. Before we can sort of finish it, and then I'm going to leave it to the side while I do everything else. Potatoes are a bit messy. They're not my best. The pan size is wrong for this amount of potato, but again, it's going to be okay in our final dish. I will make it work. So the lentils there, it's just the veg and the lentils. I'm going to pop a lid on that just so they heat up a little bit. Not that one. That one. Perfect. Right, let's have a taste of this. So all this is diced veg, a mirepoix, red wine vinegar, splash of port, and then red wine stock. And it's very winey. It's almost like bolognese type flavour. Nice. Knock the heat down a bit. Any other games I've been joining lately? I am working my way through Cyberpunk. Yes, that one from a couple of years ago. I tend to wait till games have well and truly crested their wave before getting into them. Been quite a retro kick as well. I have one of those little handheld emulator consoles, and I've been playing through lots of different things. Old classics. I just bought Mixtape, which I'm probably going to play at the weekend. What about you, McNanners? What have you been playing? I'm assuming you play games, as you've asked the question, and unusual for you to ask if you're not a game player. Okay, so I've got my chocolate, which I'm just going to break up. I think the seasoning's pretty spot on there. Of course, the chocolate might adjust that. Little baby whisk. Be quite hard to spot if that's melted through, but we'll figure it out. You can see the colour. It's starting to turn. Bit of an obscure reference, but back in the 1970s Gene Wilder Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie, it sort of looks like the chocolate river, which I thought never looked like chocolate. It looked like, I don't know, terracotta. McNanners, you've been playing Wheel World and Donut County. I don't know either of those. I assume these are Steam games. I do not know either of these. Oh, that's changed the consistency of this sauce quite a bit. It's given it a film, a viscosity. Wow, you can taste chocolate. Needs just a hit of salt. Big games are too long. I understand that. I like to break up my big epics with smaller games. Cyberpunk is a big epic, obviously. Huge, huge open world game. And I can only have one of those going on at the time. Have you heard that? The cat's just making a noise. I think that could use just a tiny hit of sugar. Just a little pinch. Okay, I think the sauce will be done at that point, where I will just pop it over the back just to sit. I think everything else is not far off done. Okay. Let's have another taste of those lentils. It means Son, I was just thinking about you, buddy, and I thought, I wonder if Son is going to turn up. And there he is. Yeah, they're done. A little bit more salt. Pop a lid on, we'll call those done. Sauce I'm happy with, we're going to pop that to one side. Just going to heat that before serving. So it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for your main event. In a red wine reduction sauce, have you tried a piece of dark chocolate? Yes, that's exactly what we've got. We've got dark chocolate in that red wine reduction sauce. Pan. What do we mean white game? I didn't say white game. What are you talking about? Oh, Marco Pierre white game. I'm with you now. You know what I mean. It's got a three-part name, Marco Pierre White. Let's bring this back over. I thought you were going to get me cancelled there, son, brother. I really, really did. Crash. Okay. So we've got here, again, I'm looking again, a pheasant breast, which I'm just going to season and then wrap in leftover prosciutto, which we had last week. People who were here last week. Lloyd Smith asked me my full-time occupation. It's certainly not being a YouTuber. I work in, I don't want to be too specific, but I work in analytics and retail. It's a desk job. Pheasant, never cooked with. I've never cooked with pheasant before either. Sonny Jim. Actually on the packet, so I've never bought it before, it says, let's do that. It says, may contain lead shot. That's nice, isn't it? That's good to know. And I have just spotted something here. A little dark bit. I don't know what it is. It could be just where the quill has sat in the bird. I don't know. I'm going to remove it though. I've not cooked with it. It looks extremely lean, which is why I'm going to wrap it in a piece of prosciutto. Scorch mark? I don't know. I don't know. So this is supposed to be a woodcock dish. Not a joke. But woodcock is basically impossible to find. So I've just substituted the game. It's not like for like, really, because you're supposed to use a whole bird and then allow that to switch cameras back. Supposed to use a whole bird and then use that as part of the cooking. I don't know, son. I do not know. So I'm playing it safe. I've never prepared pheasant before. I think I've eaten it. It's not like something I eat every day, I promise you. So, should it do that? I don't know. Right. Do you know what? I've got a whole pack of breasts here. Let's just fry a bit off. Ah, I forgot this pan doesn't work on induction. We were debating induction earlier. And that's one of the downsides. That bun, that bun, that bun, that bun, that bun, that bun. There we go. So I'm going to turn the heat down. Thank you for dropping in, Marco. Great contributions. Nice to see you, and I will see you soon. Take care. Could be bruising. Yeah, could be bruising. It's very hard to tell when you're an idiot like me. I'm just going to fry off this piece. This tiny little piece here, just to taste it. The real Marco. What do you mean the real Marco? Oh yeah, it could be. Under a pseudonym. He's far too polite though. Just waiting for the heat to come up on that. And we'll give that a try. Right, the people that are left in the stream are hardcore now, so I'm going to pop up this picture. Let me switch to that one. Here's what I'm aiming for. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's not going to look anything like that. He wasn't polite in his youth. Yes, quite. Right, I'm just going to fry this quickly on both sides. It'd be helpful if the chat wasn't in the way, wasn't it? There, if we put this, you actually see it. Ah, I can't be bothered. You get the idea. So I'm just going to test this bit of pheasant. I nearly said partridge again. #1 fan of Marco. Good to know. He has a lot of fans, as I learned when I started to put videos out about him. Haven't seasoned that. So, you know, I'll just try it as is for a minute. Right, that's it, that'll do. I imagine it's reasonably rare. It's quite rare-ish in the middle. Turn the heat down. Kind of reminds me of liver, but without the strong irony taste. I'm going to put the fan on. So I should get ready actually, because we're not a million miles from done. So I'm just going to cook this hard on 2 sides. Have a piece of potato while I'm waiting. Son, what are you cooking tonight? What are you having for dinner? You're always doing something interesting, my friend. What are you doing? open up a vent because it's getting quite steamy. So McNana's, if you are Marco's #1 fan, tell me something about him I might not know. Just for fun. My red plate here. I think I will switch back to this one for a minute. This is our lentils. Just seasoned with vegetables. Put some heat back in that sauce, make sure it's piping hot. I reckon that pheasant will be nearly done. Let's take a quick temp. I don't actually know what temperature we're looking for, but I'm going to use my instincts. At 35 seems too low. Now what I should be doing at this point is transferring it to the oven just to finish, but I'm just going to knock the heat down and let it finish there. So it's not really become a pomme, but it'll give me the hint of it. Keep an eye on the time. Lovely, perfect. A little whiskey boy. Take another temp. And that's hit 50. Let's see if I can figure out what the temp's supposed to be. Internal temperature of pheasant. Pheasant breast. $68 to $71. That seems really high for a lean meat. Okay, I'm the only one eating it, so if I die, it's on me. Hello, M.L. Linden. Yes, we're nearly there. You've arrived just pre-plating. Oh, there we go. That's coming up to 60. I am calling an audible. And I am pulling that there. We'll give it a couple of minutes to rest. Get that out of the way. You're over there. And we are nearly there. Right, let's have a little shuffle about so we can see what's going on. Don't need you anymore. Ugh. It's going to fall. I feel like you're trying to get me to say your name. Far-fix shitter. Get me cancelled. Anyway, this is... I've forgotten. It's pheasant wrapped in prosciutto with... Oh, I'm never good at this. Pommes and lentils. I'm just letting my pheasant rest and then give it a quick slice up, add the sauce, so we're ready to plate. I think... Sorry, it's German. That's fine, it's no problem. It feels like a trap for the English language. Like, you're trying to get me banned. It's fine, don't worry about it. That's good. It's quite astringent, it's quite red winey. We've had red wine vinegar in there, we've had port, and we've had the red wine stock. Just the chocolate has been melted into it to help round it out. I'm just debating whether I should thicken it. I think what Marco would say is mount with butter. King Rich, not seen you in a little while. Good to see you. All the old school are coming out tonight. You are just in time for plating, my friend. Let's whisk that butter in. And we don't have that depth that the sauce is supposed to have. I should probably change the screen sides. Because we were supposed to roast a woodcock carcass and leave that in there. Right, I think let's bring you up to the... There, do that. Bring that down there for a minute. Let's give me a knife a wipe. Because we've used it for all sorts tonight. If you do not like my hygiene standards, I am the only person eating. Let's go. Should put a bit of paper down. It's blushing, it's good. Oh, I'm tearing the prosciutto, that's a shame. I should have put paper down under this. Let's go right into the middle. Well, it's certainly just cooked throughout. Just a touch of rare in the middle. So we're going to add that to our plate. Bring that in. This is one of those skills I struggle with, is which direction to move everything in. And finally, our chocolate sauce, chocolate and red wine sauce. Can we just go that way a little bit and then that way a little bit? Perfect. I don't mind if some of the veg spills on it, but purely for presentation, like that, like that I was hoping wouldn't happen. Get a big splat at the bottom. Plenty of sauce left for another time. Irons. Right, let's turn that off now. Splendid. Well guys, that is Marco Pierre White's inspired, because I can't quite get close enough to his woodcock with lentils and red wine sauce. I haven't been able to quite replicate it because of the availability of woodcock, but I had some game, so let's use it. Thank you for the compliment, McNanners. I asked you earlier, as you're such a fan, tell me some great Marco trivia. So let's give this a try now. So really, prosciutto is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Prosciutto is like, whoa, look at me, I'm here, boss. Really taking over. So I'm going to need to take a bit out. Potatoes are the potatoes, all good. I'm going to have to use a spoon for those lentils. Nice. I mean, you're a fan of me, you silly boy. Thank you, though. Thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you for dropping by. And what else we got? Crash Bandicoot approves. Thank you. Thank you, Fweffy. Great name. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a touch autumnal for May. You know, it reeks of autumn, this dish. Heavy wine sauces, game in itself lends itself to that late summer, early autumn period. I couldn't resist adding a bit of potato on the side either. Nice. Missing a bit of prosciutto as well. Well, that's what I was going to do, wasn't I? I was going to free a bit of partridge from the prosciutto. That's really... I can't recall if I've had partridge before. I think I might have done. But it reminds me of liver without that tannic iron aftertaste. So I'd pick it over liver any day. But I sound a bit posh saying, can I have partridge and onions, please? Sorry, pheasant and onions. I just can't lock it in my head. Close that down. Very good. ML Linden, thank you for dropping by. We are just coming to the end, as you can probably tell anyway. I was just having a snoop around to see who else was online. Thank you for dropping by. That's good. I'm really pleased with that. Obviously you could... Oh, thank you for subscribing, McNan. It's great to see you. There's tons and tons of recipes, content like this on the channel. So I'll see you next time. So yeah, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, you could easily substitute the protein for whatever you wanted, but lentils and the red wine chocolate sauce is a good idea. Splendid. Well, thank you all for hanging out this evening. That's another one of White Heat, done and dusted in the can, that way. Another one complete. I'm glad to knock another one off. Maybe I'll be able to do another one next week. We will see. We will see. So for those of you on Twitch, I'd love it if you could hang around for 1 minute and we will go raid into someone. Let's see if I can find someone. Oh, I know who we're going to go and see. We're going to go and raid into Mrs. Tree Slayer, who is a lot of fun. Is always cooking. I don't know what she's doing tonight. I think she might be reading actually, but I'm going to raid into her anyway. So I'm going to raid into her now. But for those of you, thanks very much. Oh, Mrs. H, you've been lurking. Good to see you. And thank you for dropping by. I will see you all soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.